Hi guys, and welcome to episode 1 of WillLem plays through just the first rank of a bunch of custom packs in NeoLemmix. So the purpose of this series is going to be to find out what makes a good easy level, because I think easy levels don't have to be trivial. They can be interesting, they can be entertaining, they can be enjoyable, and they can also be really satisfying to solve as well. If they've been well made, you get a good feeling from solving them, and you can play through them quite quickly as well, which is always a nice bonus. I also, of course, hope that this series can help to promote some of the custom community content as well. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Lemmings Redux, which is a remix pack of the original levels to suit NeoLemmix gameplay philosophy. And it's started to be shipped out with NeoLemmix as of version 12.9, so I thought it'd be a great pack to start with. And also, Evie said that she thought that it would be a good idea to start with this one as well. What's that? Start with Redux? Yeah, I am doing. So without further ado, sit back, relax, go and get yourself a brew if you haven't done already, and let's play rank number 1 of Lemmings Redux. So it's titled Gentle, the first rank, and it starts with, just like the original levels do, starts with Just Dig. Now I've always thought that Just Dig is a great opening level to the game for a number of reasons. First of all, it really makes it very clear that you've got an entrance, an exit. That's where you've got to get them to, and there really is only one thing that you can do. You just dig through there, and the level is literally called Just Dig. You can't possibly get it wrong, and of course you've only got the one skill available as well. And NeoLemmix, because it doesn't display the skills that aren't available, it makes it even clearer. Okay, so I'm going to give it a playthrough, but what I'm going to do, just to make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to make it so that all the lemmings are going to be facing to the right once they get to the bottom layer, so none of them are going to be facing to the left. So let's give that a try. Should do it. There we go. Cool, okay, so Gentle 2 then. So again, this is level 2 in the original game as well. So another really good one where there's only one thing to do, there's only one skill, and it's what makes this such a great easy level is that it's just teaching you exactly what you need to do with the game. When Lemmings first came out, it was a brand new concept really, so you needed levels like this, not just to teach you what the skills were, but also just to teach you the very nature of the game. The fact that you're assigning skills to the characters, and the idea is to get them to the exit. And of course, the first 7 levels of the original game just really get that right. Okay, so this time I'm going to challenge myself to only assign the floaters when they're almost at the bottom of the pillar. There we go. Tailor-made for blockers. Now I always remember the music from this one. This was one where, when I was a kid, I quite liked the music for this level, and so I always remember this level because of that, really. And because it also introduces a skill where the only way to cancel the skill is to kill the lemming. So there's something quite sort of melancholy about this level in a way, and the music kind of captures that. So of course we have to nuke the blockers, and that's the only way to cancel them and finish the level. I'm pretty sure there's no 2 blocker solution for that. I think 3 is the absolute minimum. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now use miners and climbers. To be honest, I'm quite surprised that Nemeda and Proxima have chosen to use this level, because it's the same map as No Added Colours or Lemmings, which is also in this pack. So I don't know, maybe if you guys are looking at revising it, this one might be one that you could swap out. I suppose it is a good level for introducing the idea of using two different skills, and not necessarily in combination with each other either, because you just mine and then climb. There's no sort of interaction between the skills at all. Okay, so that was that one. And then we're back to just the one skill. But I suppose unlike the previous levels, this one has a number of different obstacles to get through. I always like to do it this way. I know that you can go the other way and use less bashes, but I've always just preferred doing it that way. A task for bombers. Okay, so this is the first level where we see a level that's actually been edited for NeoLemmix purposes, because this was originally a task for blockers and bombers. So originally there were blockers in this level as well, and this was the first level, I suppose, where you are using the two skills in combination with each other. So you're blocking and then you're blowing up the blocker to create the hole. But because in NeoLemmix bombers are instant rather than timed, you don't need to use the blockers because they pop on the spot anyway. I mean, what you would normally need to do there is assign the blocker and then blow it up if you've got a timed bomber, because trying to time it from over here is a little bit difficult for a first rank level. So, or at least it was, say on the Amiga or DOS, where you've got the execution difficulty as well. But because NeoLemmix removes that by allowing assign while pause, frame stepping, and skill shadows as well, you don't need the blockers anymore. So that's why they've removed the blockers from the level. It makes complete sense, really. So there we go. I think where in the first level this kind of makes the point that you're supposed to sometimes use skills in combination with each other, I think in the context of this pack it perhaps makes the point that you know, this pack is meant to be a NeoLemmix appropriate version of the levels. Builders will help you here, Gentle 7. So yeah, I think this one is pretty much the same as the original. Perhaps less lemmings. Yeah, I think there's less lemmings. And it was daft releasing, doing the release rate too early there, really. But hey ho. There we go, that's that one. Okay, so Gentle level 8. This is the first level to appear from the Oh No levels. Snuggle up to a lemming. This is from the Tame rank. And it is one of the levels in the Tame rank which is just slightly more interesting than the other ones, so I can see why this one's been included in the pack. It's a 10 of everything as well, so you've got options to kind of, you know, go a bit mad and explore the entire level if you want to. You don't have to go straight to the exit. In fact, let's do that just for some fun. I'm going to send this lemming all the way to the other end and then back, whilst the other ones. There we go. Right. Let's see if I can get him to the top of that structure. I don't know if I've got enough skills to. 4, 3. No, I used too many builders doing that. I'm using NeoLemmix's wonderful frame stepping capability here to, I think I can get up there with less builders. Or maybe if I start from over here, I can just get, yeah, there we go, I can just get straight onto the top. I didn't need to mess about. And then kind of turn him round right at the last minute. Yes. Okay, right, go on, go home. Cool. So, oh, this one's got a talisman. I didn't notice any talismans on the previous levels, but I have just seen this one. Maybe it is the first level with a talisman. It's another one from the Tame rank. Save 20, so save all of the Lemmings with no walkers, shimmiers, climbers. So hang on, I'm supposed to only use... I'm not allowed to use walkers, shimmiers, climbers, swimmers, floaters, gliders, disarmers or bombers. So what does that leave me with? Builders. So I've got to save all of them using just builders. That should be relatively doable. Ish. There's only 10 builders, so it's not exactly a pushover challenge, this. This is actually quite hard. Okay, so that does make it extremely difficult, because if I can't use any destructive skills, then and there's only 10 builders, so I'm not going to do the talisman. I'm just going to solve the level for now. What makes this one a good level? Well, I suppose with Snuggle Up to a Lemming, the one I just played, that gave me the option to explore the level and just kind of have a look around, and sometimes it's nice to be able to do that just at your own pace. I certainly appreciate being able to do that. I suppose the beauty of a level like this is there's more than one way to solve it. So you can kind of go your own way with it, just whatever you want to do, really. Oops. Okay. I mean, I've taken the path of least resistance and just sent them straight to the exit this time rather than messing about. But yeah, I suppose that one's a level which, because it gives you those different options, it allows you to just explore what the possibilities are, and that I do think that's good for easy levels to do that. If an easy level just has one solution, that can tend to make it feel a bit more trivial, I suppose. So with this one, again, there's lots of different possibilities for solving it. I've solved it using just one skill, but of course, the great thing about this level is I can now challenge myself. Okay, so I used a miner, this time I'm going to try and solve it without any miners, so I'll just use a digger here. Should be survivable, yeah. Okay, and then bash through here. So I've solved it without any miners this time. I've used diggers, bashers and builders, so now we'll try and solve it without using any of those. Oops, that was daft. Okay. And I wonder if it is solvable with just blockers. Should be. Yeah, so very similar to level 3, it can just be solved by using blockers in that formation. But let's go back to the very first solution, which was to just solve it with one miner. There we go. So yeah, that's a great level. I can see why they included that one in this pack. Okay, so keep your hair on, Mr. Lemming. Gentle level 11, and the version here has got a talisman, save 30 with no builders. So I am going to try that this time because I reckon that sounds doable. So, okay, I know how to do this. So I'm going to get 2 climbers, and then this one's going to dig right on the edge of this, and then this one, I'll get him to block. And what that's done, the digger has released the blocker, but the blocker has also turned the digger, so he's facing in the other direction. You can see that the dirt's been thrown out to the right, which means he's facing to the left. So when he gets to the bottom, or near the bottom, I don't want him to stop digging, I just want him to bash through there. And then of course I can make him a floater, because he'll climb up there. But there we go, that's talisman as well. Great level. Again, what they've done there is they've taken a level which had a fairly simple concept to begin with. Whilst it's easy, it's also getting you to think, and it's getting you to kind of draw on tricks that you might know, things that you might have learned from playing more difficult levels. So yeah, very enjoyable, and I think that was a great level as well. Gentle level 12. A block from home. This is a level from the holiday. Oops, an error occurred whilst trying to save data. Why? So yeah, as I was saying, this is a level from the holiday levels, and I can't really remember this one, to be fair. So I'm just going to play it and see what happens. Okay, so again, this is one, lots of different skills. You know, they've given them 10 of each. And so there's plenty of different ways that I can solve this. So what I'm going to do, in fact, you know what? I'm going to try and solve this one in real time, just because it'll be a nice challenge to do that. Well, okay. How many lemmings have I got? Lots. Okay, so I'm just riffing now. I haven't actually got a plan at this point. Just build over there and then get them out of there somehow. Yeah, no, I know what to do. I can turn him round on this, and he can free the crowd, and then they can just build over that. Oh, I didn't need to do that, actually. He would have turned around anyway, but hey ho. Okay, cool. Let's go to the moon. This is one of my favourite levels. I can't remember off the top of my head which pack it's from, to be honest. In fact, it says it there. Genesis Lemmings, it says it there. I absolutely love this one. I tend to like levels in the crystal tile set. I don't know, I just have a soft spot for them. So let's have a look at this. Now this is one where there's perhaps less ways that you can solve it. There's still a number of different possible solutions, but generally speaking, you do have to get the lemmings over here somehow because of that big steel wall. Okay, again, so pretty simple. I think you need to use builders for this level. I don't think there's any way that you can get around that. I've used 6. So what I might do is see if I can do it with less than that. Go on, I'll have another go at this level because it is pretty easy. So yeah, I think this is a thing that makes easy levels good, definitely, where you can challenge yourself and you can kind of go, right, well I know what the solution is, yes I can solve it, but you know what, I'm going to have a look and see if there's another way to do it. So I'll try and use 3. I reckon I can do it with 3 builders by doing this. That might even be 2. I think I've done it with 2. Even better. Come on, Lemming. There we go. Super. So Gentle 14, Cindyland. This is a level with 2 exits. I really like 2 exit levels. In fact, I made a version of this for my Christmas pack where the exits are numbered. So you have to send a certain number of lemmings to one exit and a certain number of lemmings to another exit. So for a bit of fun, I'll try and do that right now. So I suppose the easiest way to do it is get a few lemmings walking this way and then make a blocker. These 3 can climb. In fact, they can all climb. Yeah, they can all climb. Apart from you, who doesn't want to. So, okay. That's fine. You can build here. And then I'll get this one to dig here just to make a little who do what's it. Trying not to use too many builders if I can help it, because they're quite limited. So, one of these needed to mine there, because this is, you can't bash through there because it will just go straight into the steel. So that needs to be mined from that side. There we go. And now the digger can stop, and so can the basher. So that's that side sorted. So I just need to build these guys home now. Okay, so made a little bit of a mess of it, but managed to get some lemmings into that exit and some lemmings into the other one, which is always quite satisfying. That's again the beauty of easy levels. You can do things like that. You know, you can give players the option to play the level like that, where, you know, give them lots of exits and a choice of which one they want to go for. So gentle number 15 then, Darkness of the Royal Family. Let's have a look at this one. From what I remember, this one's a little bit trickier, or at least I think it has another. I think it exists in another version as well, which is a bit harder. There's a gap here from what I remember, but it's the first level really where I'm feeling like there's only really one way I can solve this, and that's to just get them over the obstacles and to the exit. Ah. But it's not trivial. It's not a trivial level by any means. It does present a number of challenges, and I suppose it gets the player used to the idea that, you know, not every level is gonna allow you to just do what you want. Although I'm now looking to see if maybe I could have gone this way. Yeah, let me try that, because I've used 8 builders there, so I want to see if going in the other direction allows me to use less than that. So I can get past the trap using destructive skills. I don't need to use builders there, and that should be doable in 2. Cool. So 4 builders that time. Bit more of a satisfying solution. That. So I guess okay. So there is more than one way to solve it, and yeah, it was fun to kind of just find that and feel like I had the option to do that as well. Right, okay, we've got another talisman here, a beast of a level, save 50 with max 2 walkers, 2 shimmiers, 2 climbers, 2 of each basically, is what I'm seeing there. Save 50 with a maximum of 2 of each skill. Okay, they've shortened the level because this used to be like really, really long, but they've made it shorter, which is good. So 2 of each. Right, okay, I know what to do. A little trick in case you don't know this: whenever you've got to do a digger pit, but there's a lemming going to walk past the digger pit, there's a number of ways that you can get around that. But for example, if I was to dig here, right next to the tree, he's going to walk past and then walk out the other side and off the edge. So we don't want that. So if I start digging further back, yes, he'll walk past, but then he's got a little bit of distance before he's coming back to the digger pit. So there we go. And then I'm going to cancel him with a builder. And then I'll use a climber to send this one up here. So I've got to have 8 of each left at the end, basically. I know how to do it, I think. Maybe if I do. Right, okay. That's as many destructive skills as I can use. That might be okay though. Although I do have to save all of them, so I can't just bomb the blocker, and doing so would remove the exit trigger as well, which I obviously don't want to do. So that was daft. I'm going to go back and not do that. And instead what I'm going to do is not do the talisman. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. How far up there can they walk? Up to there. Will that now become a block? Okay. Well, I may come back and have a look to see how that's possible with only 2 of each skill at another stage, but for now it was nice to just solve it the regular way. You live and lem, gentle 17. Let's see. Oh, an error occurred while trying to save data. Okay. So, the Mayhem repeat of this, the Steel Mines of Castle, is a really, really difficult level. But this is a really easy version of it. There's another level which allows you to kind of explore. There's quite a lot going on. So there's lots of different routes that you could possibly take, and of course, because of the abundance of skills, it's a good, a fairly safe bet that you can do it with pretty much any combination of skills that you want. But I'm going to do it with this combination. Why did you do that? There we go. It's slightly better. Grand. So again, yeah, another level where I could have pretty much done that any way that I wanted to. It's a level where the repeat of it is the more difficult one, but this one just gives you a chance to kind of have a look and see what the skills do and which direction you can go in with it. Lemming Toast, gentle 18. There's only one to be saved. Nice big drop and no floater. Okay, so with this level, it's presenting a very specific challenge, i.e. you've got to get down from a height, but you don't have the one skill that you would normally want to go to for that, which is floaters. So you've got to think your way around it and come up with a solution. And by the looks of it, there's enough skills to do this a number of different ways, but I mean, that's the most straightforward way. So yeah, I think what makes that one good is that yes, there's only the one solution and it's not kind of a free-for-all type level, but it's presenting you with just the one particular problem. Get the lemming down from a height when you haven't got a floater. I think levels like that can be really good. They can be really satisfying. It's great for learning new tricks. It's great for learning very specific aspects of the game. And also, you know, it can be good when you want to play a level that's a little bit challenging, but you don't want to be there for hours trying to figure out some really complex stuff. So yeah, nice level. Where do you see lemmings? Where do you see lemmings? I like this one. This map is quite Napster-esque in that it's like, or it almost looks like an Echo level as well, like really kind of symmetrical and angular looking decor. Again, a number of ways I can do this. I do like levels like this. There's plenty of skills. You know, I've just got to make a path to the exit and goal and get as many of them there as I can. Well, it's allowing me to lose 2, but I'm going to go for an all save because it's pretty easy to do so in this level. Again, this is the great thing about X of all levels. It's, yes, they can be a bit, you know, ho-hum, but they can also be really good for being able to just try stuff out. I've got an idea, I just want to try it out. I don't want to worry about how many of this skill I've got and, you know, I need to save this skill because of that obstacle later on. Sometimes you just want to have as many skills, well, have an abundance of skills, more than you need, and just be able to try lots of stuff out, because that way you're creating your own route, and that is, I think, a really important way to be able to interact with the game. Cool. So that's a pretty direct route through all of this stuff. But again, I could probably go back and try and do it with less builders, try and do it with less bashes maybe, try and do it with no bashes, you know, and use miners instead. But you know, there's all sorts of different ways I can play that level. There's all sorts of things I can try out. So again, I do like levels like that. Patience, Gentle 20, a classic level from the originals. Let's see this one. Okay, so they've left the 80 lemmings in this time. There's a really tricksy way of getting the all save for this one, which involves using the 10 climbers. So what you do is you let the first lemming turn around, but then you assign the next 10 lemmings climbers. So I should now have a lemming somewhere here walking in that direction. There he is. So what that's done is it's created a gap. Is that one a climb? Yes, it is. That one didn't. There. So there we go. So what that does is it allows me to use this one that's facing this way to mine, thus stopping the lemmings that all turn around. There's maybe one or two, yeah, there's always one or two that just insist on doing it their way. That's fine. Beautiful. Okay, so again, that's a kind of a self-imposed challenge there, really. I've saved all the lemmings without using any blockers, and you know, tried to kind of use skills that you might not think of using to craft a solution which may not be intended. It might not be the most straightforward, but it's interesting, and it kind of allows you to pick the level apart a little bit and kind of do your own thing with it. Complete with no builders. Wow, okay. Lemmings in the Attic, probably one of the most notorious builder levels in the original game, and the challenge is to complete it without builders. Okay. Oh, for heaven's sake. Forget it. Right, basher staircases are just really fiddly and annoying and boring, so forget it, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to save all. See, the beauty of NeoLemmix is you can get through the builders so quickly. There we go, that's better. Let's be careful out there. Let's. This is another one of NeoLemmix's features. Steel is steel, so they can dig all the way through that. On the Amiga you can't do that, and it stops you too soon, thus making the solution I'm about to do impossible. Or at least a lot more difficult. But in NeoLemmix, you can dig all the way down to the steel, allowing you to create a perfect dig of it just there. So, that's it. Solved. Pillar talking, Gentle 23. So, pillar talking, I get it. Pillow talk, I get it. I get it. Oh, man. Can't beat peppermint tea. This looks like one where it might be quite difficult to save all the lemmings. Maybe not, maybe not. There's one more left to come out, so I'll block here. No, that was daft. No. Because I'm not going to be able to rescue him from there, am I? So I need to make the blocker. I need to make the blocker here, but obviously when there's only... There we go, that's it. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. And then it's just a case of it making one's way over the remaining terrain. Excellent. You can actually get right up next to the blocker like that to do that. There we go. Super duper. The great thing about a level like that is, at first, it doesn't look easy. It looks like, okay, there's a bit of a challenge going on here. You only need to save 8 lemmings, but I wanted to go for the all save, and it allows you to do that as long as you can kind of think your way around the limited skill set. But it's not that limited. It does give you options, and it's, I'd say that's a level which is probably sort of tricky kind of difficulty. It's a fairly straightforward, but it's kind of presenting enough little challenges that you do have to kind of think your way through the solution. So yeah, an interesting one, that one. Rainbow Island. This was originally right near the end of the tricky rank. So yeah, it looks to me like Redux is kind of, even though this is rank 1, Redux is kind of moving into rank 2 territory for original Lemmings. One thing I love about this level as well is you basically can just create whatever route you want. There's so many different ways to solve it. So, try and get this. There we go, I got one. About time, really. Missed that one though. Get a bit closer. Ace. So yeah, another one with lots of different solutions, plenty of skills, gives you an opportunity to kind of just look at the map and go, right, I want to go that way, and then 9 times out of 10 you can go that way. You're almost expressing yourself rather than being kind of presented with a challenge that you have to meet that particular challenge. It's kind of saying, just express yourself, just do whatever you feel you can do with this map. The crankshaft, gentle 25, save 50 with no builders. Okay, so I'm not allowed to use builders now. That should be fairly easy. So we just need to get a number of them to climb. I'll let the first 2 carry on. But then this one can start to mine. Hang on, I just want to make absolutely sure that I've got that in the right place. Oh, there's no bashers. Oh, what are you playing at, guys? Oh, of course I can't use builders. Not to worry, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I'll just put a blocker there. Yeah. Seems the most straightforward way around that. Again, I just want to make sure. Right, let's just wait for all the climbers to finish coming this way, and then I can I rescue the blocker? I'm not sure that I can. I could do it if I'd have done the blocker a bit further along. So sorry, but I'll go into replay, insert, and just do the blocker a bit further along. That one needs to be a blocker, and then I need to cancel the other blocker. There we go, that's done. And then I can just let what this allows you to do, replay edit mode, if you're not familiar with it, or replay insert mode rather, you can go back to a point earlier in the level and make a particular change, but then the rest of the replay will play out as it did originally, which is super handy. So there we go, rescue this blocker now. And that is 50 saved without using builders. Careless clicking costs lives. An error occurred while trying to save data. I mean, what are we going to do? Well, I didn't want to do that, did I? There we go. That's better. Cool. I didn't really say anything about that level. It's one of my favourites too. Well, let's go in and have a look at it again. I love the map for this level. Again, it's crystal tile set, my absolute favourite. Look at all this. Glorious. Glorious stuff. And then, you know, it's nicely laid out. It's kind of got this interesting aesthetic to it. But the puzzle is very specific. It is just get through these. You've got a few little kind of awkward notches here that the lemmings tend to fall into. But there is lots of different ways that you can solve this level. There's 20 builders. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. For a bit of fun, I'm going to solve this with one basher. Need to get this exact so that they'll, when you walk out of there, they'll walk onto. See, I've left a little. I'm going to leave a little lip there that they can safely fall onto. So that's solved with one basher, so I've kind of bypassed this. It kind of looks like one of those things. Don't know what they're called. Does anyone know what they're called? If you do know what they're called, let me know, because I am quite curious. Quest for Kieran. This is Kieran Miller's level. This level was actually designed for Kieran Miller, so cheers, Kieran. This one's for you. Oh, okay, I didn't need a climber, and now they're all walking that way, which is not what I want. But it's fairly easy to sort that out. I can just get over there in one, hopefully. Nah. Right, so that's not dueling one. I need two builders for that, which means I've only got one builder that I can use to hold the crowd. Okay, this is the first level in the rank, which is... Let me just check that I am still on gentle, by the way. Yeah. So this is the first level in the rank, which has kind of presented me with a puzzle which I'm really going to have to think my way around. I've got to save all of them. What would the floaters be used for? I mean, I suppose I could just stall the crowd by mining through here, simply. Yeah, that might work. That might work. And then this one can go ahead and just build across the gap. But I don't want to build too far. I don't want to build past the exit trigger. Perfect. Okay. Right, so delay tactics then. That seems to be what that level is about, really. I mean, there is an extra builder, but it's possible to solve it without that by using this delay tactic here. So, you know, this was probably the first level in this rank where I really felt like, right, there's a puzzle here, I need to figure this out. And learning about delay tactics, knowing how to do that is important in the game. So that's another thing that easy levels are good for, is that they teach you things like that. catch more floaters. Okay, then I will. There is a trick to this one. You can actually save all of them. It says save 9, but if you do that, you can save all of them. So what I did there, just in case you didn't see, you just get right up to this and then dig. And because there's steel, the steel will stop him from digging, but he's made a hole in the thread. So yeah, there we go, that's that one. Again, nice and easy. The intended solution allows you to lose a lemming, but you don't need to. It gives you, there is the option there to save all of them if you're a bit savvy. I think the best easy levels do that. They present you with a bit of a challenge, but allow you to go a step further than that. So it's saying, here, save 9 lemmings. There is a way to save 10, but you figure that out on your own. And then if you do figure that out, then you've got one up on the level. It's not like you've just matched it blow for blow. You've actually come out on top. So it gives you a bit of confidence, and it also allows you to go forward in the game feeling like, I've got this, I know how to do this. And that's what all the best easy levels leave you feeling like that, and leave you wanting more because you feel like you can do it. Konnichiwa Lemming sandwich is Japanese for hello, Mr. Lemming. Let's try this one. So the first challenge, really, I think, this one, because from what I remember, there is a trick to this. I can't quite remember it off the top of my head. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, that's it. I've remembered. You can't build there because of the shape, but you can build here. So you need to do the miner here, and then you can build it there. That takes some figuring out though. The first time you play the level, that takes some figuring out. It's not a given. Cool, so that's that one. And is this the last one? I think is there 30 or 32? I think there might be 32, so this may not be the last level in the rank. Save all of them. Okay, we can do that. So they've done the limited skill set. Okay. Well, again, the great thing about NeoLemmix is it makes saving all of them with just builders that little bit easier. So I'll do my best. This takes me back to a few weeks ago when I was playing this pause free on the Amiga, and it's not easy, and I don't really want to do it now, to be honest. So it's like, what? I think this happened, funnily enough, this happened when I was doing the pause free. There we go. Right, I've accidentally blocked them in here, so I need to do another couple of builders. Come on. Oh, no. Right. I love frame stepping. It's just, I guess the beauty of this level in Redux is that it's teaching you about frame stepping. It's saying, hey, you know, this challenge is nice and easy in NeoLemmix in a way, because you've got frame stepping, and I can kind of see why they've, you know, the guys have used this level. It's kind of feels like they've kind of used it to demonstrate that. Brill. So gentle 31. Okay, so yeah, I think there is 32 levels. Doomsday. Help. I don't remember this one. I'm sure I have played it, but again, it's a nice abundance of skills style level, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Plenty of builders. Anytime you see plenty of builders, don't let that put you off. Having lots of builders in a level is good, especially in NeoLemmix, because you know you can just do this, and builders just become an absolute doddle to use. Although I didn't need to do that, so. And this is daft, I don't need to do that either. That's because I was waffling. And I should be able to free the blocker now, and then that's that. Beautiful. And then great choice for the last level of the rank, going their separate ways. Brilliant level. I'm going to try and play this one pause free. Oh, okay. Right, that's tricky. What I could do is... Oh, I paused. Ah, I did that without thinking. Right, I know what to do. I know what to do about that. There's 10 builders, so I know what to do about that. Oh, no. Wow, this is quite hard. Oh, God. Right. Oh, come on! I can do this. I can do this. Oh, you Cool. So of course that's another great thing about easy levels, is that you can do them pause free and it's great fun. So that was Lemmings Redux. I really enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.